different companies have different cultural preferences. In general, there's 4 key cultural preferences that exist: a clan-based or clan-driven culture, an adhocracy-based culture, a process-driven culture, and finally a market-driven culture. Now, generally, if we need to understand these 4, if we zoom in on the clan-based culture, what we find is a clan-based culture is basically a tribe-based culture. People are very internal, people are relatively flexible, but generally decision-making is very insular, and the stimuli is generally an internal stimuli rather than an external one. Now, if you move the other way on the axis, you'll find what we call a market-based culture. Now, a market-based culture is very much triggered, and is really triggered by external matters, by the customer, in the industry, by things that are happening out there. And so decision making, movement, pace, aggression, everything is based off what's happening out in the market. Now, if we turn the axis and look up on the top right hand corner, what you will find there is an adhocracy based culture. Now, what's an adhocracy based culture? An adhocracy based culture is a culture that's relatively flexible, where decision making is made on the spot, where people just run with the go. The culture is very innovative, very free flowing, and there are multiple processes for similar things. Now, if you take that culture and you look at the other extreme, what we see is a process-driven culture. Now, a process-driven culture is an organization that has a culture of stability, of control, of structure. Now, this doesn't mean that it's a bureaucratic culture. It means that when there's a process, all the various processes are studied, and it's streamlined into a very streamlined, basic, and a process that is the best of the lot. And so you've got these 4 different cultures. Now, which is the best culture of them all? There is no right culture or wrong culture. In general, there are multiple companies that deploy different cultures to achieve different ends. In a startup, most of the time you'll see a very clan-based, adhocracy-based organization. But as they start to grow into bigger organizations, as they start to have customers, as they start to build their base, what is needed is control. What is needed is stability. Now, when you have 100 customers, it's easy to have an adhocracy type culture. But as you move to millions and millions of customers, what's important is consistency. And consistency of services, consistency of interaction, and consistency of dealing with these customers. And so, as companies evolve and become bigger, many move to a more process-oriented or more market-driven organization.